People become so disillusioned, so devoid of hope and faith, that they have lost faith in all of the institutions, whether we're talking about federal government, churches, etc., where people don't believe that there's hope and living better lives. They don't believe, because they don't believe their lives can be better, they no longer value the lives of others. And so while that legislation being passed and what the city of Florence has done are steps forward that are very much needed, but we also need to drill down in the community and start to change the hearts and minds of people and how we view one another.
Yes, sir. And what does ceasefire do? How does that affect the Florence community?
Well, so far, like we said, we're having weekly meetings with everyday citizens, with clergy, with business owners. Some of the people here with me today, we have 80 local businesses. I'm not talking about home-based businesses, but 80 local businesses that currently have ceasefire decals on their windows or on the doors of their businesses, which is telling you that people really want to work on the whole issue of how do we reduce violence in public areas where so many times innocent people are wounded and their lives lost.
Yes, sir. And what do the stickers signify?
The signals, the decals signify and try to send a message to would-be shooters and others: no gunfire, no gunplay, in an area where their mothers, their fathers, their children, their loved ones, their friends, their fellow congregants all can become victims of violence. So we're hoping that, despite legislation and resolutions and all of those things, change only happens when change takes place in each and every one of us, both mentally and in terms of how we feel towards one another. So we're trying to send a message. Mm-hmm.
And what are your expectations for the ceasefire? How do you want it to go?
I think that over time, if we all work together, which includes law enforcement, we can come up with some different ways of reducing it. We'll never completely eliminate it, but reducing it. So Councilwoman Barnes talked about the ring. And we brought that up at that neighborhood association meeting, that if we could get neighborhood association homeowners to put ring cameras on their homes, just entering the blocks and leaving blocks, we'll be able to capture license plate numbers, vehicles, individuals who may become involved with violence. If you remember the former football player Aaron Hernandez, that's how they caught him. They tracked him through the camera systems. And there's, Palatine, there's lots of businesses out there, security companies that help cities to set up systems like that in place.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Woodberry.